Well, now let's get to some of your thoughts on a story we brought you Friday. You all had a lot to say about a homeless camp outside a business in Portland's Central Eastside. The manager of Contract Furnishings Mart, a cabinet store that's been in Portland since the 80s, pays more than $2,300 a year for 6 street parking permits for his employees. And the price just went up. But some of those spots are now taken up by a homeless camp. We talked with a woman who camped there named Elizabeth, who didn't really seem to care about taking up those parking spaces.
As people on the streets, we have different mindset. We just want to get our drugs and I guess spend time with each other.
The camp is right across from Multnomah County's Drug Deflection Center, a place Elizabeth, who's addicted to fentanyl, says she's not interested in going to.
Why would I want to become part of normal society so I can complete counseling and treatment just to, be in a cell of life?
Now, you all had some strong feelings about that, and you spent the weekend filling up our inbox. Robert said, if the intent of your recent segment on how Elizabeth's drug addiction and cavalier attitude is impacting Central Eastside businesses was to incite outrage and frustration among law-abiding citizens and taxpayers, then congratulations, mission accomplished. Nothing better illustrates the complete ineffectiveness of our current government leaders in addressing the homeless and drug addiction problems and the lack of respect shown for our local businesses and hardworking residents. Now, Kevin said, the nonchalant attitude of the homeless gal interviewed is appalling. You've interviewed many more homeless people with greater concern for their situation and others. And we got this voicemail from Sam.
It doesn't surprise me. In the Lower East Side of Rocky Butte, I've talked to many campers, and asked them, why are you camping here? And the answer that I get is, I don't want to be part of your society. That's what I hear her saying. What do you do with that? I don't know.
Now, several of you say the city needs to be tougher on people who don't want help and aren't interested in being part of society.
I guess I would like Mayor Wilson to weigh in on what do you do with an Elizabeth? Because she doesn't want help. What do we do with her?
Anne wrote in saying, your interview with Elizabeth, the homeless woman, is a good example of why Mayor Wilson's plan to end homelessness by the end of the year will not work. Some of these people do not want to get off the street. But another viewer named Kevin said, we need to remember there's more going on here. He wrote, people love to hate on the homeless, and Elizabeth does not exactly engender sympathy to her predicament. But it's useful to remember that drug addiction is a mental health disorder and considered a disability. Treating people with drug use disorder as criminals is impractical and ineffective. It makes more sense fiscally and practically to provide supports and incentives for those people to seek recovery. That does not mean they should be allowed to elbow out other people's rights, but it does mean they should be treated humanely and with dignity. Send us your thoughts on this and any of the stories you see tonight. We love to hear from you. Email us at thisstory@kgw.com or call and leave us a voicemail, 503-226-5090.